Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Anthony Espinosa and I'm a student success coach here at the Student Success and Dream Center. Today I'm going to be presenting a little bit on the support services and programs Rio Hondo has to offer, as well as how to connect with them. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, so before we dive deep in, I think it's important to reiterate why it was a great choice to start at Rio Hondo. So the first, again, is the cost of tuition. Instead of paying tens of thousands of dollars, a unit here at Rio Hondo only costs $46. Accessibility. So that means that it's close to the community and it's a very local campus, right? Another reason is the different certificates and degree options that are available here on campus, as well as those support programs and services. So again, just to go into that cost just a little bit more, to reiterate, $46 a unit, pretty cheap, right? And if you're taking a full-time course load, which is about 12 units, this roughly totals out to $552 a semester, not including books and other fees. So it's important to note that this is a lot cheaper than the 4-year option, right? And also, financial aid is available to bring this cost even lower. So be sure to check in with financial aid to see what's available to you. So you may be asking yourself, what is it that Rio Hondo even offers? If you were to take a second to pause this video and type in this URL here, you'd find the different certificates, associate degrees, ADTs, and bachelors that we offer here at Rio Hondo. Most notably, this is our auto tech program for the bachelors. We have dozens of associates, certificates, and ADTs. So if you have a moment, pause this video and check it out. And just a quick refresher too, before we move on. So the Rio Promise is offered at Rio Hondo and it's good for 2 years. And I just wanted you all to have the information on how to qualify for this. Again, first you need to submit a college application to Rio Hondo. You need to complete the orientation and your placement tool. Then connect with a counselor to get your educational plan complete. The final step is going to be submitting your FAFSA or California Dream Act before the priority deadline. Again, you can totally pause this video and take a look at the steps, take a look at the QR code, but all the info you need is going to be right there. And you want to make sure to also be enrolled in at least 12 units a semester. That way you could qualify for the second year, okay? And as you can see here too, a quick reminder, the Rio Promise does not cover summer tuition, okay? Okay, so now we made it to the support services section. This is going to be part 1. In part 2, we're going to go look at the programs. Before we get started with this, it's important to re-emphasize that for the most part, the campus is going to be closed, slowly reintroducing students in fall 2021. Despite this though, there is going to be a lot of support services and programs still online, so we want you to go ahead and take advantage of that. And during this whole section too, I'm going to run down how you could connect with them, okay? Alright, so we're starting off strong with admissions and records. Just to point this out too, for the rest of the presentation, you're going to get a description of what this service or program offers, as well as their eligibility and the contact information down below. P is going to stand for the phone number, L is location, E is email, S is website. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. But for admissions and records, this is going to be the support service that helps maintain your academic records, helps you submit and process forms, as well as assisting you with things like your name change or an address change. So if any of the things on this list are applicable to you, feel free to reach out to admissions and records. All right, so next up we have financial aid. At this office, what they could do is assist you with answering questions about the FAFSA or California Dream Act. They can give you more information on the disbursements, as well as handling all the disbursements for when you do get awarded, and also helps you process forms like your SAP appeal. Okay, next up, a personal favorite of mine, not just because I work here, but the Student Success and Dream Center. What we could do here is connect you with coaches and counselors for one-on-one appointments and advising, as well as financial aid application support. We offer a wider range of resources and workshops. So if you wanted to connect with us, information again is right there below. Next up, we have another favorite of mine, the Counseling Center. Here you could get assistance with educational planning, connection with helping select a major or career path, as well as making sure that you've completed graduation requirements. Now we have the Transfer Center. Another favorite, I'm just going to let it be assumed that they're all favorites of mine at this point, but what the Transfer Center offers is CSU and UC application workshops, as well as university tours, which is a really great experience for our students. The Center for Career and Reentry Services. So on top of being a career center, which helps you with, again, career and general counseling, career assessment and interpretation, career and job prep, resume and cover letter prep, This is also going to be a center for our re-entry adult learner students. So if this is a service you feel like you would benefit from, go ahead and check them out. The library is up next. Here we have access to ebooks. Some of the classes you may have your book on loan here, so I'd be really advised to check it out. Citation support, tech loans like Chromebooks and hotspots, as well as workshops on how to do MLA format, citations using Google and Microsoft, all that fun stuff. All right, here we have Guardian Scholars, and this is going to be for students who were or are currently in the foster care system. So again, we're going to see this word eligibility right here below, and that's going to tell you who can be a part of this program. So again, students who are or were a part of the foster care system can be a part of this program. And some of the benefits include priority registration, counseling services, food and grocery e-gift cards, some referrals to on and off campus resources, as well as textbook assistance. So feel free to look at this resource if it's applicable to you. Next up, we have the Math and Science Center. This is going to provide tutoring services for all the STEM related fields. And again, because we're mostly online, this is going to be virtual through Zoom. We have the hours here. And what you're going to do is just follow the website that's listed below in the S, and you're going to be able to click on the Zoom icon to be connected with somebody. So go ahead and check them out. But in addition to tutoring, they also have workshops. So yeah, lots of great stuff here. Here we have the Learning Assistance Center. So much like the MSc, they're going to provide tutoring services, but this is going to span beyond the STEM fields, right? This is also going to include accounting, art, bio, chem, math, English, sociology, psychology, all that fun stuff. And in addition to these tutoring services, they also have workshops. So go ahead and check them out again. Following the S down below, you're going to get connected to their website, and it's going to give you some more information on what they still have to offer. All right, everybody, we officially made it to part 2. We're going to be discussing the programs. If you haven't already, get up, stretch your legs, get a glass of water, grab some coffee, do what you need to do. But we're going to get started now. So let's move on to the different programs that Rio has to offer. All right, first up, we have EOP&S, which stands for Extended Opportunity Programs and Services. Again, we're going to start seeing a lot more of that eligibility now that these are programs that we're talking about, okay? So to be eligible for EOP&S, you need to be a California resident, AB 540 eligible, or a California Dreamer. You need to be enrolled in at least 12 units and be considered economically or educationally disadvantaged. The program benefits are going to include priority registration, a comprehensive educational advising program, as well as book vouchers and free school supplies. So if you qualify for this or even think that you may qualify for this, go ahead and check them out. Again, their contact information and location is at the bottom left-hand side of this page. Next up, we have DSP&S, which stands for Disabled Students Programs and Services. And again, the eligibility for this is you must complete an initial appointment, like an intake appointment. You must also have a professionally documented disability. Also, disability must present a barrier to the learning process. Some of the benefits for this program include priority registration, testing, and other various accommodations on campus, assistive technology, as well as counseling services specific to this program. Next up, we have the Honors Transfer Program. The eligibility includes completing English 101 with a B or better, attending the orientation, and completing the application for the program itself, as well as submitting UC-TAP. Some of the benefits include access to honors counseling, priority registration, as well as priority consideration for 30+ transfer schools. So if you wanted to get in contact with the coordinators, feel free to send them an email. Their information is down below. Here we have the UndocuScholar program. Again, this is going to be for our undocumented students, and some of the benefits include a mentorship program, a Counseling 151 Career Exploration Life Planning course specifically for our undocumented student population, as well as free legal services and renewals and assistance with financial aid. And if you wanted to connect with the UndocuScholar program, you're going to reach out to Angel Aguilar Garcia. His information is down below. And just to point out, currently it is in the same location as the Student Success and Dream Center, LR 101. Moving on to Mesa Trio STEM program, the eligibility for this is completing the application and also meeting with the director of the program. Some of the benefits for this include priority registration, free tutoring, academic excellence workshops, as well as professional development and networking opportunities. Up next, we have the TRIO program. The eligibility for this program is that you're first generation and or low income and or disabled. So again, you don't have to have all three of these. If you're just first generation, you would qualify. In addition, you have to be enrolled for 12 units minimum, 2.0 GPA or higher, be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and demonstrate need. Some of the benefits with this include educational counseling, free tutoring, educational workshops, and the occasional field trip. So again, if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to contact them down below. Up next, we have Pathway to Law School program. Some of the benefits of this include individual counseling and mentoring, career guidance, LSAT prep, as well as access to the Pre-Law Society Student Club. Another cool thing too is they may give law school application fee waivers, so definitely check them out if law is in your future. Here we have the Puente program, which is awesome and amazing. The eligibility for this program includes completing a form, attending the orientation, signing an agreement, and registering for Puente specific classes. Some of the benefits include developing your transfer success plan, university tours, helping you develop those reading and writing skills, as well as being matched with a community mentor. For more information, please feel free to reach out to the coordinator. His information is down below. Here we have the Legacy program, and what this program centers around is the Latino male identity. And some of the benefits of this include a mentorship program, helping establish brotherhood on campus, community involvement, identity development, as well as networking and career exposure opportunities, and a focus on health and wellness. Now we have the Scholars Hub, and the different communities that this space serves is going to include justice involved, homeless students, those who identify as a current and or former foster youth, as well as our LGBTQIA+ community. Some of the benefits include counselors who have experience with trauma-informed approaches, free computer and printing services, peer support, as well as study tables. And again, if you wanted to contact any of these different communities specifically and see what kind of resources they have available, you're going to find the different information specific to your community on the left-hand side. So again, we have Hope Scholar, which is specific to our housing insecure students. We have the Queer Initiative, LGBTQIA+, Rice Scholars, which is our justice-involved students, as well as Guardian Scholars, which we briefly mentioned before, but again, you're going to find their contact information down below. Up next is the Rio Source Room, which is an incredibly important resource that I don't know gets talked about enough. And some of the benefits of this include grab-and-go groceries that are available to everybody. Fresh produce, lunch, snacks, whatever your need is, the Rio Source Room has it. And it's still open during the summer 2021 semester, but just in more of a contact-free environment. So this is going to be drive-through grocery distributions on the following dates that you see listed here below. In addition to groceries, they also offer housing referrals. For more information on that, feel free to check that link down below. All right, everybody, the last support service I want to talk to you all about is the Virtual Welcome Center. So what's important to do is follow this link down below, the one that says riohondo.edu/remote services. So if you need to, copy that link, stop this video, take a screenshot, whatever it is you need to do. But by following this link, what you're going to see is a lot of different Zoom rooms available for the different support services on campus. This includes what we see here and more. So academic tutoring, Chromebook loans, counseling, registration, financial aid, whatever it is you need support with, this is going to be the quickest way to speak to somebody. That's it, folks. We did it. I want to thank you all for taking the time to join me and learning a little bit more about the support services and programs here on campus and how to connect with them. So if you wanted to get more information, please feel free to reach out to us at the Student Success and Dream Center. Our contact information as well as our hours are going to be listed right down below. Take care and have a great day.